Ready to roll here from Atlanta for the second time and final time this season. We are plate racing here as we are underway with Ross Chastain, who's been so hot lately. 4 wins now on the season. A 78-lap race here coming to you guys with stage 1 ending at the end of lap 20, stage 2 at the end of lap 40, and of course the race at the end of lap 78. And we are well underway. A home track here for Jay as we, Jay have the very big potential to see some chaos here today, as we have every time we've come to this Atlanta Motor Speedway since the, of course, update to this circuit. And, well, that presents an opportunity for a big surprise winner.
McDowell in the playoffs right now, 58 point above the cut line right there, putting himself in the wall after starting on the front row in the first lap. Not a good start for the 34. Obviously was able to get the together. Should not have that much damage, but losing some spots. Chase Elliott also having a close moment back here as well. Chase Elliott, another one to watch out for on his teammate Kyle Larson. I think it's 18 points between those two for the regular season championship. You know, Chase Elliott wants to hold on to that very badly. Speaking of Kyle Larson, there he goes right there for a move on Ross Chastain to the inside to take second place away, but Chastain up on the outside by himself. Might just be able to hold on to that, does indeed hold on to that position. And, you know, up at the front, Gary, already we're seeing these guys kind of separate themselves a little bit. But back here in the background, they are definitely not separated. Oh, that's Haley into the wall hard. But I think it's going to just be him. We might avoid a caution as well.
Wow, that is pure luck right there. Not for Justin Haley, of course, as he's barreled off in the wall. There's no caution. We continue on. That was so close. They were 4 wide. You have to watch for that. If they go 4 wide, it's about, I would say, 95% success rate that we're going to pile up a bunch of cars here.
Inside the playoffs right now, and that's Hamlin by 20 points over his teammate at Truex and his other teammate at Christopher Bell by 35 points. So 3 Joe Gibbs Toyotas fighting for the last playoff spot currently, and none of them have a win yet this season, which I think is really surprising to talk about. Denny Hamlin not having a win yet this season, Gary.
Pit window as well is not going to be a factor in stage 1 or 2, but in stage 3 it's about 25 to about 27 or so laps. Here's Christopher Bell up the inside of that 24 now, as he's trying to fight up through 1 and 2, maybe move his way forward into the 4th position, but it looks like that outside has some power to it. Kyle Larson leads the way, and
gotta chase McDowell down because, like you said, Chase Elliott could potentially lose that regular season championship. And right now, with Kyle Larson leading this race and Chase Elliott in 9th place, it's not changing just yet, but it's certainly getting closer, Gary. So certainly something to watch out for the hometown boy of Chase Elliott this weekend here in Atlanta. Obviously won this race in real life, but right now in 9th place. Yeah, and it's unfortunate that does not seem to transfer over to his teammate Daniel Suarez. Suarez still 102 points out of the playoffs right now. We have not seen Daniel leading laps. We haven't really seen him competing up inside the top 5. So the one Chastain has really been carrying Trackhouse. I know you hate to hear that, but it's really been all Chastain and Suarez having no near as good of a season as Chastain is right now. As Logano actually makes a move for Larson for the lead and to win stage number 1.
Look who's coming.
He made that move and then immediately had to back out of it. Now that puts him right on the clutch to Christopher Bell.
Bell is hauling the mail on this long run. Unfortunately, he's only got half a lap to make something happen as we head into 3 and 4 for the final time. Hamlin as well. Those 2 Toyotas, as we keep talking about them moving forward. Kyle Larson out of turn 4 is going to win the stage here in Atlanta. Hamlin maybe gets to 20 at the line. Oh, it's close.
He did.
No.
Wow,
I thought he had him, but no.
1,000th.
Going to be an okay pit stop for that number 5 there, so we'll have to pay attention as well.
Bell gets out in 2nd.
Logano may be a bit slow, though. Not too bad. I'm not seeing anything drastically slow. The 24 loses a few spots. Actually, the 19 gains a ton of time. Yes, Chastain slow. Going back green here from Atlanta. A great start from the 20 of Christopher Bell. He's got an opportunity to clear that number 5 down into turn 1. He does exactly that. Jay, with these double file restarts with the mod, we've seen that outside several times throughout this early part of the season with this mod. Have the benefit on the restarts down into turn 1. We see that again here, and 3 wide in the background with Harvick and 2 of the front row cars.
We know the situation Bell is in. That was the best possible restart for him. But back here, 3 wide, still maybe even 4 wide. No, only 3 wide, and that's some 3 wide once again with a 47 to Stenhouse. I think the 16 of Allmendinger for just a second. They were 3 wide, but they got back down to settled out to 2 wide once again.
Oh, boy.
And this restart up at the front looks like it's a little more hectic. This time contact teammates. 11 of Hamlin, playoff position.
What a move.
Needs to stay in the race. Byron through the middle, shoving his way through. Teammates on the inside, teammate on the outside. The 2-4 car having a fantastic restart here, and he's going to get them both through the middle.
Oh my goodness, talk about balls to the doors of other cars. Oh my god, that 24 of William Byron was letting it hang.
Here comes Bowman too. All of Hendrick is here.
They're all here. We haven't talked about Hendrick Motorsports being the top team at a track in a while. He's got contact.
Oh, can they make it? They survived.
Look at Larson all the way up the track there through turn 1 and 2. Battle for the lead. Now here comes Byron. Byron nearly wiped out the field, hitting the doors of cars on both sides through the middle, and somehow he made it stick. And Jay, he goes to the lead and brings the 9 of Chase Elliott with him.
I think Truex might have taken 2 tires because I believe he was back in like the 20s or the 30s. He was having an awful race, and that's not going to help him again. What's not going to help here either is Tyler Reddick on the outside of 3 wide. Might be 4 wide. Blaney looking for the move. He does make it. He's going to turn to 7. That's LaJoy. That's Reddick. And others involved as well. And I think Bubba Wallace, both the 2311 involved in that. That's a big crash. ARCA brakes everywhere. Nobody knows how to slow down. Our first crash today in Atlanta takes out a whole bunch of cars in the back of the pack.
Here's a look. Ryan Blaney, keep an eye on him. He forces it 4 wide down towards turn 1. Hooks the 7 right there. And, well, not much anybody can do. Allmendinger nearly clear. Reddick nowhere to go. And then his teammate Bubba Wallace gets hooked by the 47. You got them wrecking up here still with Almirola. Many others involved. The 14 taking a big hit there from his teammate of Ryan Preece. And that's going to be the end of the day for a few drivers.
Now they're up to 3rd and 4th gear, and Chase Elliott back on the inside with the advantage of the inside line, getting a push from Hamlin. Byron needs his teammate of Bowman to get up there and push him a little bit. Also, another Hendrick teammate on the outside, Kyle Larson. Hendrick cars, the first 3 cars on the outside line. Chase Elliott leading the inside line, being pushed by Denny Hamlin. Kyle Busch up here as well. A lot of guys who really need points right now, Gary, up inside the top 5. You got Hamlin, you got Chase Elliott, you got Larson. Bell as well. All of these, well, and Bowman really, but a lot of these guys up here inside the top 5 right now need stage points crucially right now.
And it is important to note, everybody that pitted there, everybody did pit, but they all appeared to take fuel only. And to say, 2 to go in the stage, Hamlin, well, it's been a season of, well, winless season for Denny Hamlin. And, of course, you look at the other column, no stage wins, Jay. If he can't win a race, I mean, at least winning a stage, that's 10 points to give him a bit more of a buffer over Truex and Christopher Bell. And don't even count out that 8 of Kyle Busch, who's here.
These two get side by side. That brings in other drivers, and Busch is going to follow by, plow by on the inside. Might have a chance of going for the stage on this final lap here in stage number 2. Gary, the 8 car at Kyle Busch has some speed so far this race, and right now on Denny Hamlin, right on his back bumper. Chase Elliott relegated down to 3rd and losing ground on these two. Right now it's going to be down to Kyle Busch and Denny Hamlin for the stage 2 win.
Who's going to get it into 3 and 4? Kyle's looking to get to the inside. Hamlin's covering him off. Well, I don't think he's going to have enough. Elliott continuing to drift backwards out of turn 4. Kyle Busch is right on the bumper. He's going to look to the inside, but it's not going to be enough. Denny Hamlin, for the first time this season, is a stage winner. McDowell and Bubba Wallace set to lead the field to the green flag here now as we're going to get back rolling. A great launch for the 23 McDonald's Camry for 2311 Racing. Jay, the task is very simple for Bubba Wallace. He has to win to get into the playoffs here. So obviously he takes the risk in staying out, and he got away, but look at this.
Oh no. You said if we went green might be the possible last restart of the day. I think McDowell is trying to make sure that does not happen. I think we might have another caution if he continues to stack up this field. Busch is able to get by, but still 3 wide back there with Hamlin, Chase Elliott, Logano, Keselowski looking to get by on the inside. It's like we had suddenly had a lap car get in the way. He was 30 mile an hour slower, and there they go on Bubba Wallace now too, so he's also going to stack up the field. This was a definite mistake, and yellow is out. Tyler Reddick maybe.
Here's a look. Watch Martin Truex Jr. He's going to drive straight through the 45 of Reddick going down into turn 1, wasted no time, and just straight up wrecked him. And that's going to bring out the caution here on the opening lap of the final stage. Ready to go again. As Jay mentioned, Larson, Truex, maybe the big gains there and smart plays staying out. And what a weird restart right off the bat there. You're going to see the 41 really, really slow off the line. Truex is going to go around the outside of him. They're going to be 3 wide into turn 1. And Jay, that 5 car trying to move his way back forward. I think probably the best call of anybody, but this is going to get spicy.
Yeah, I'm still watching Preece back there. He was involved in the earlier crash about 10-15 laps ago, and I think that 41 car is certainly slow. He's holding up the outside line big time. Logano has to jump down. Keselowski now trying to jump down as well. Bubba Wallace coming through the middle right there.
Cindric's here.
Truex, and actually, Truex after just causing the last yellow, staying out, using that to his advantage, almost goes to the middle. Larson almost turns. Austin Cindric goes to the inside again, still while turning him. The 5 of Kyle Larson taking big-time advantage of staying out right there.
The 99 going backwards. Truex trying to be in the mix now as well. Oh, this could get spicy. 3 JGR cars going 4 wide. Oh, no.
Teammates who are fighting for the championship positions. And Bell turned him. Suarez, Hamlin, Preece again, Blaney, Gregson. A ton of drivers once again involved in this. Austin Dillon just going to arc and break Tyler Reddick. But Gary, Bell, and Hamlin fighting for that last playoff position. And Bell just absolutely turned Denny Hamlin.
This might be the turning point of the final spot of the playoff battle. There's still plenty of regular season racing to go, but that's a lot of points. The 11 just got taken away. Over at top of the 20. Watch him there dive down to the inside of the 11, and then right here is going to just simply come up and hook him. And, well, Hamlin goes for a big ride there on the outside, while Bubba Wallace just barely got through that. Suarez, of course, who was having a good competitive run, well, that's ended there, and many others pile in here as well. Austin Dillon wanted to join the party. Reddick involved in another one. So after the pit stops, look at the position shuffle here as we're once again back underway. They are all over the place off the grid here. Now this race is turning into a wild one. Jay, look at this. We're going just about 3 wide for second. Here comes Ty Gibbs.
3 wide for second.
Everybody's piling in. Byron, turn it on the outside wall. What in the world? That's just happening. That's the car. Byron's over here blowing up. They're racing back to the yellow. And we have this absolute wasp nest coming back around the exit of turn 4. We still have them race it back because it would cause problems at many times if they brought out the caution immediately. Truex is leading at the time of the yellow. So keep an eye on the 78, who's slow as molasses, and watch Joey Logano back here, who's absolutely flying. It's going to go 5 wide briefly right here, and he gets hooked, and everybody's just going to pile in as well, and you can see all the damage. And watch this. Oh my goodness. Big heads there. Everybody's piling in. So many cars, days ruined, including stage 1 winner of Kyle Larson. Green flag pit stops no longer an issue. We're getting ready to go back green. Not a lot of cars remain here in Atlanta. Kyle Busch with an issues coming into the pits right now. Martin Truex Jr., Jay, he's been winless all season. He's suddenly in the mix, but don't count out Bubba Wallace or Ty Gibbs. Keselowski going for the lead. He won at Phoenix earlier in that caution controversy late in the day, and here he goes for the lead position.
What an amazing restart for the outside line. What an awful restart for Bubba Wallace. Going to go from the lead back down to outside the top 5 and probably more places. Well, that 23 might have some kind of issue. He's losing spots like crazy, holding up the outside line big time. Chase Elliott on the inside line now. Looks like I thought he was going to be able to get by really quickly, but not able to do so. Side by side for the lead up here, though, Gary Keselowski and Truex. Both of these guys could really, really use a win. Keselowski has been really quick lately. Truex trying to fight with his teammate Hamlin right now for that final playoff spot, and there he goes to the lead. Bubba Wallace, who I just thought was having an issue, around the outside, a huge move right there, back into third to the inside of Keselowski. This 23 is not done yet. Thought he was dead, but he is back. Still point his way into this point, but you know it's probably unrealistic that'll happen. So yeah, for the 23, you are desperate to get a win, and the 17 also desperate to get. Oh goodness, Keselowski a second ago we were just talking about him going for the lead, or at least I was hyping him up.
Look at that! Look how clean this car is. I don't know what it is. Michael McDowell just finds a way, and that's been the story of his season, and he just made a pass, and that's going to put him up into the top 5. Right now, I was going to say good for Bubba and Truex, but maybe not so much for Bubba. Here comes the Talladega winner of Austin Cindric, who we have not talked about all day long. Here comes the 17 of Chris Buescher going, holy macaroni, that 23 found some pace there. He's going to fly around the outside. He did it again. All right, I think we found what Bubba Wallace needs to do for the rest of the race. I've never seen a pass like that in my life. Absolutely insane. Oh, Jesus.
There's Austin Dillon. He's up on the high side. Look at him. Look at the run he's got. Cindric had to check up for Austin Dillon. Bubba Wallace to the inside of Truex. What in the wall? The 23 was dead in the water again. Around the outside, he goes in 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And now he's side by side for the lead. Might have the lead. Checks up a little bit. Truex on the outside now has that run. Might do what Bubba Wallace just did a lap ago, but not able to clear him. So you're telling me the 23 is the only one that can run the outside line, apparently, because Truex, even though he cleared him, had nowhere near the run that Bubba Wallace did.
Oh my God, that might be the single greatest first 1 lap run I've seen from a driver in my life in this game. Bubba Wallace has 1 win in our NR 2003 history. That was the Coke 600 back in season 1. It has been a long time.
Right now.
Yeah, let's see what happens here. Harvick looks to the inside, the 23 all the way up to the top, and he gets a good run. Not anywhere.
A little bit, but not as much as we had seen previously.
Not as good. Well, he's got another opportunity here in turn 3 to do that as well. We might see some slower cars also play a role, but here comes Cindric, 3 wide.
Oh, 3 wide. That time, Bubba had to check for Harvick. Wow. He almost got into Harvick right there, and he lost a couple of spots out of that one. The 23 might have to regain himself and try and use a power move to get around the outside once again. But this 2 car, still, even through all that, he's back up to second once again. I think there is some really good speed in Austin Cindric's car right now. If you go green to the end, he's going to have a chance to challenge Truex for this win.
Maybe just kind of commit to that, but it's looking like he just refuses to. He's just going to ride again behind the 4. Now look at the 2. Look at the run he gets.
Yeah, big run that time for Cindric. Is going to look to the inside. Truex comes down to block it a little bit, but not enough. As Cindric still has a huge run off turn
brother.
2 to the inside. Lap cars up ahead as they go side by side for the lead. The 2-car of Cindric, maybe with fresher tires, but then on the inside had to do a giant checkup. Lost a ton of time. Truex right there.
But heck of a battle for the win. Cindric, 3 car lengths, 2 car lengths, 1 car length behind.
Oh my, look at the run again for the 2 cars that come up on a lap car. No comparison.
Oh, they're going to split him.
They split him.
Which one's going to work? They got to deal with the 11 as well into turn 3.
Cindric sending it in there. Hamlin now in front of him. Truex on the high side. Hamlin blocking like Logano did for Blaney, but now he's going to block his teammate too.
He blocked his teammate, Jay. He knows what's at stake at the 19 wins. After getting wrecked by his own teammate,
well,
he
no,
blocks
Hamlin
a teammate.
also is still out if Cindric wins this thing.
No, he's not. Cindric's already won a race.
He has? I've forgotten. Okay, never mind.
He wants Cindric to win this race with 3 to go. He's blocking his employee as well as they continue down this backstretch. Harvick and Cindric winning is the perfect case for Hamlin, but they still got one more car to deal with. It's the 3 of Austin Dillon.
Austin Dillon earlier played games with these guys, but that time they get by just fine. Truex back up in 3rd place, but has lost some major ground here.
Harvick hasn't won since very early in the season. It was like the 2nd or 3rd race. I think it was Auto Club, if I remember correctly. 1 lap to go. He's all over the bumper of the 2, and it's going to be a Ford face-off for a win as Toyota looks for their first win of the season in 3rd.
Truex is closing in. These two go side by side. That could help Truex a little bit, but I don't think it's going to be enough for him to make a move, even if he does get closer. These two side by side for the final time in the back straightaway. Harvick to the inside, Cindric on the outside, Gary. Neither one of them giving up an inch to each other.
What a day. What a race. Cindric hangs on. Harvick fights back down the front straightaway. It's not enough for Harvick. Cindric is a 2-time winner this season. Unbelievable race here in Atlanta. No overtime needed. Truex ends up 3rd and Toyota comes up short once again, as I'm sure they cannot be thrilled that Denny Hamlin threw a big block on Truex when he was leading, as they are still got a couple cars coming through to cross the line to end this race, like the 47, the 8, and the 31. But what a day here in Atlanta, Jay. And I mean, at the end of the day, we end up not getting a surprise winner, although the options were there. Buescher in the top 5, Bubba Wallace 6, Bowman, who's over 100 points out, was up there. The 38 in the top 10 just wasn't quite enough from those guys, but what a race we saw here today in Atlanta, which started off in stage 1 extremely calm.
And Toyota was so close to getting their first win of the season. Hamlin decided, though, that he was going to block his teammate at Truex